The Utah Jazz are an intriguing team due to the fact that I feel like they should be ready to take the next step. Like Donovan Mitchell has the potential and has everything to be a superstar in this league, to be a top 15 player. But are they able to do that next step to be contenders? So let's talk about it. Before we start the video, I want to hear down below, what do you think they're going to be? Playoff team, contender, middle of the pack, or lottery team? So let's hop in and talk about what to expect from the Utah Jazz this year. I want to first talk about Quin Snyder, who I think has the potential to be one of the best coaches. I think he is one of the best coaches. He's in the second tier right below the top 5 guys, which I've said in multiple videos, which is like Brad Stevens, Greg Popovich, Nick Nurse, Eric Spoelstra, and I forget who was the 5th guy. But for this video, I want to say everybody I've read say Quin Snyder has the most complex and most innovative and creative complex offense in the league. It has so many layers, from a quote from Mike Budenholzer. And then he supposedly has like the ice defense, which is popularized by Tom Thibodeau. And he takes it to a whole new level and super complex. And Mike Conley was quoted as saying that he didn't know you needed a PhD to play there. So I want to know from Jazz fans, do you think the system is too complex to work, or do you think it's that he hasn't had the right players, or he hasn't had the right personnel to fully flex the full creativity and ability that Quin Snyder has as a coach to run his offense at its most efficient point? I want to know that, because I don't think I've watched enough Utah Jazz basketball to really say to know if it has or not. I just read and have seen that he's a really smart guy and he's very creative, and he's one of the reasons they're a great team, just because he's an incredible coach. He's like like he could make it way into the first tier top 5, top 6 coach in the league. I think he's definitely like top 10, top 15 for sure, without a doubt. And he does great things for this team. Now the biggest question is, what is Rudy Gobert going to be like this year? Is Donovan Mitchell going to take that next step? I believe Donovan Mitchell will for sure take the next step. I think the bigger question comes to, will Rudy Gobert be the guy that he can be? And I like the rest of the roster: Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, Joe Ingles. You got Georges. Can someone tell me if I'm saying this correct? Nyanga? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but someone tell me that. Royce O'Neal, Juwan Morgan, Mayo Nye, the guy from Yale, who's a non-guaranteed guy. So is Juwan Morgan. So is Nigel Williams-Gross. And Jarrell Brantley seems like he has a guaranteed contract. They also brought in Udoka, Derek Favors again, Trent Forrest, Shaquille Harris, Elijah Hughes, all guys I'll talk later in the video. But let's talk about the main roster. Look, Rudy Gobert, I feel like as a player wasn't as efficient or effective as he normally is. Maybe was that just in the playoffs or from the bubble, but even in the season, it just seems like teams were able to expose him, and he wasn't the threat. Like, he still is a great rim protector, and around the post, it's hard to get around him. But he only had 1.4 blocks in the postseason, which is nothing at all like bad. But I want to say it's just like, I feel like this guy could be more effective, or do it's not like I feel more effective because he'll never get out on the perimeter. Will they have to trade Rudy Gobert to be better? I think Udoka is going to be the replacement. That's why we'll go back to Udoka. But Donovan Mitchell, I want him to take the jump to being efficient around the board, in the sense that once Rudy Gobert, I think you got to trade him or wait till you know what you got from Udoka. I go to KU, so I love Udoka, and I think if he loses weight, he could be like Clint Capella, a similar player, maybe more athletic. Clint Capella. I think Clint Capella is a little bit more rounder than Udoka. I think Doke is just going to be insane. Also, his nickname is Doke for all you Utah Jazz fans out there. It's Doke. But I think Udoka could take Rudy Gobert's job. But now if we hop over to Donovan Mitchell, look, man, he shot 36% from 3. I want him to get that up to 40. I know 36 is still good, still great. But I feel like he needs to still take a next step to be really a superstar in this league. And I know he shot back-to-back years 36%, which shows he can shoot threes. And I would like to see him take the next step where he's just dominant. He takes over games. He makes the players around him better, which is I think it could be a lot for me to ask, but like I think that's a reasonable thing. Then you got Joe Ingles, who I think he's getting older, but he'll still shoot those threes like you need him to. He's a great player. Jordan Clarkson, great energy guy off the bench, a microwave player who'll get good six-man, get you points off the bench. Mike Conley, one of the best, most underrated point guards for years in the league. Then you got Bojan Bogdanovic, and he is great. He plays an interesting position for them because isn't it kind of more of, I know it's a small forward position he plays for them, and he scored 20 points for them, and I don't know, I feel like he'll do it for another year. He's 31 years old, so I wonder if, like, he shot 35%. Not 35%. Sorry, I read that wrong. He shot 41%. I hope he keeps up the 41%, but I want to see, will teams figure him out? Will he lose a step? I know he's getting up there in age, so that's just one of my concerns. And then the rest of the bench with Georges and Royce O'Neal and Joe Ingles just shooting all around. So much shooting on this team. So bring back Derek Favors is rebounding, which is great. Let's just talk about the bench, not the bench of young guys. You're getting a great athlete with Doe. One of the most underrated, biggest sleeper in this year's draft. 2.6 blocks from him. Defensive player of the year. Big 12 player of the year. Insane man. I love Doak. Seeing him play in person, he transformed himself. He made himself one of the best players in college basketball, if not the best player in college basketball, in my opinion. We would have won the NCAA tournament if we had played all the way through because of this man, Doak. He's going to replace Rudy Gobert. He is an athletic specimen. I love this guy. I think he's going to be great. He's actually going to be insane. I think he's going to be like a better version of Clint Capella, or like kind of like just a high-energy guy getting you boards and rebounds. Like I just said, boards, it blocks, maybe become a better assist guy. He can be a good pick-and-roller, finisher. He's going to have a place in the NBA. Now let's talk about Elijah Hughes, who actually one of my fraternity brothers from he was from New York, but he actually played AAU on the same AAU team as Elijah Hughes, and he put me on to Elijah Hughes before the whole draft. I did a draft video. I was one of the first people to talk about Elijah Hughes, and he played his zone and played phenomenal in the Syracuse zone. And I love that guy. He has great pass interception skills, great anticipation. He's pretty quick for laterally. I think he could be one of the better, kind of Courtney Lee type player, just one of the better 3-and-D guys in the entire league. I say that without Joe. So that's pretty much the video for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. So that's pretty much it. Let me hear your comments down below, guys. I really would enjoy it. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I have one more video like this, which is going to be the Washington Wizards. Then I've done a preview / prediction for every team in the NBA after the next video. So this is the 29th one. I'm doing the 31st next. So check it out, guys. Subscribe. As always, guys, hope you guys have a great day, because I know I will. Till next, guys. Peace out.